Seniors, I am begging you to stop eating these 9 fruits that are slowly damaging your heart. If you're over 60, you've probably worked hard to eat in ways that protect your heart, choosing fruit instead of sweets, cutting back on fried foods, and avoiding too much sugar. Those choices matter, and they've supported your health for years. But as the body ages, things change. Arteries lose flexibility, blood sugar is harder to control, and medications can interact with foods in unexpected ways. Some fruits that once seemed harmless may now raise blood pressure, spike blood sugar, or interfere with your medicines, quietly putting strain on your heart. This doesn't mean fruit is bad. It means older adults need to be a little more mindful. By knowing which fruits to limit or prepare differently, you can still enjoy their flavor and benefits without hidden risks. In this video, I'll walk you through 9 common fruits that may be slowly damaging your heart, and I'll show you safer ways to enjoy them. Let's start with the first fruit, one that many people eat every morning without realizing its impact. 1. Grapefruit, a hidden risk with heart medications. For many older adults, grapefruit seems like the perfect way to begin the morning. It's light, refreshing, and full of vitamin C. For years, it has carried a reputation as a heart-healthy choice. But after the age of 60, grapefruit isn't always as simple as it seems, especially if you take medications for your heart or blood pressure. The challenge comes from the way grapefruit interacts with your liver. Inside this fruit are compounds called furanocoumarins. These block an important enzyme in the liver that normally helps break down many common medications. Without that pathway working properly, drugs can stay in your system longer and at higher levels than intended. What does that mean for you? Imagine pouring water into a sink with a clogged drain. The water rises higher than it should. In the same way, medication builds up in the body. Over time, this can lead to problems such as low blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, or muscle pain from statins. The concerning part is that you may not feel the warning signs until the effects are serious. This doesn't mean grapefruit is harmful for everyone. If you don't take medications, it can still be part of a balanced diet. But if you use prescriptions like statins, calcium channel blockers, or heart rhythm drugs, you should speak with your doctor or pharmacist before including grapefruit regularly. The lesson is simple. After 60, even natural foods can have powerful effects. By staying informed and cautious, you can keep enjoying what you eat while protecting your health. Next, let's look at another fruit, a sweet favorite that seems harmless, but may quietly raise your blood sugar more than your heart can handle. 2. Bananas, when potassium becomes too much. Bananas are one of the most familiar and comforting fruits. They're soft, easy to digest, and full of potassium, a mineral that helps support healthy blood pressure and muscle function. For many older adults, bananas feel like one of the safest choices you can make at breakfast. But after the age of 60, your body doesn't handle minerals quite the same way it once did. Kidneys naturally become less efficient with age, and many heart or blood pressure medications also affect potassium levels. This means that the same nutrient once praised for protecting your heart can quietly put stress on it if it builds up too much. Each medium banana contains about 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium. In a healthy, younger person, the kidneys clear this easily. But in older adults, especially those on ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, potassium may accumulate. High potassium, called hyperkalemia, can disrupt the electrical signals that keep your heart beating steadily. The scary part is that you often don't feel it happening. One day you feel fine. The next, you may notice weakness, dizziness, or an irregular heartbeat that sends you to the hospital. The solution isn't to avoid bananas completely. It's about moderation and awareness. If you enjoy them, limit to one a few times a week instead of eating them daily, and avoid pairing them with medications that raise potassium unless your doctor has cleared it. Regular blood tests can also help you track your levels. Remember, after 60, balance matters more than ever. Even healthy fruits can become risky if eaten in excess. Next, let's move to another fruit, one that looks refreshing and hydrating, but may quietly rob your body of fluids and strain your heart overnight. 3. Mangoes. Sweet on the tongue, stressful on the heart. There's no denying that mangoes are delicious. Their golden color, tropical scent, and sweet taste make them feel like a special treat. For many older adults, eating a mango can bring back memories of summer and feel like a healthier option than candy or dessert. But after 60, that natural sweetness can carry hidden risks. Mangoes have a high glycemic load, which means they can raise blood sugar quickly. In younger adults, the body responds efficiently with insulin, keeping sugar levels stable. In older adults, however, insulin sensitivity decreases, and the pancreas works more slowly. The result is a sharper spike in blood sugar that lingers longer in the bloodstream. Why does this matter for your heart? Excess sugar doesn't just disappear. It attaches to proteins in the blood and irritates the lining of your arteries. Over time, this promotes inflammation, stiffens blood vessels, and lays the groundwork for heart disease. A sudden rise in blood sugar can also trigger a rise in blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart and circulation. This doesn't mean you must avoid mangoes completely. Enjoying them occasionally in small portions is fine. But daily servings, or dried mango, which is even more concentrated, can quietly overload your system. A safer choice is to enjoy fruits lower on the glycemic index, such as berries, apples, or pears, which provide sweetness without the same metabolic stress. The lesson here is balance. Sugar is sugar, whether it comes from soda or fruit, and your body processes it the same way. After 60, moderation matters more than ever. Next, let's turn to another fruit that seems refreshing and harmless. Yet for seniors, it can quietly lower sodium, upset fluid balance, and trigger dangerous blood pressure drops. Oranges. 4. Watermelon. Refreshing, but a strain on the aging heart. Watermelon is one of the most loved fruits of summer. It's light, juicy, and refreshing, bringing back memories of picnics, barbecues, and warm afternoons. For many older adults, a large slice feels like the healthiest dessert you can choose. Hydrating, low in calories, and naturally sweet. But after 60, watermelon isn't always as harmless as it seems. While it is mostly water, it also carries natural sugar, potassium, and the ability to shift fluid balance quickly. For an aging body, especially one taking medications for the heart or blood pressure, this combination can quietly create problems. As we get older, kidneys don't filter as efficiently, and medications such as ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or diuretics can make the body more sensitive to changes in potassium or fluid levels. Eating several cups of watermelon at once can tip the balance. Too much potassium may affect the heart's rhythm, while excess fluid dilutes sodium in the blood and increases the volume your heart has to pump. The result can be swelling in the ankles, shortness of breath, dizziness, or sudden fatigue. This doesn't mean watermelon must be avoided. The key is moderation. One small cup at a time is usually safe, especially if paired with balanced hydration throughout the day. Be mindful if you already take heart or kidney medications, and ask your doctor whether you need to monitor potassium or sodium levels more closely. Watermelon can still be enjoyed, but portion size and timing matter more after 60. Next, let's look at another fruit that many people think of as cleansing and detoxifying, yet in seniors, it can thin the blood so much that it becomes risky. Pomegranate. Shitotawasam. Dried fruits, nature's candy with a hidden cost. Dried fruits often seem like the perfect snack. They're small, natural, and easy to keep on hand. Many older adults choose raisins or apricots instead of cookies. believing they've made a healthier choice. At first glance, it feels harmless, fruit instead of processed sweets. But dried fruit isn't the same as fresh fruit. When water is removed, what's left behind is a concentrated source of sugar and calories. Without the natural water and fiber, that sugar is absorbed into your bloodstream much faster. The result is a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by stress on your arteries and heart. For seniors, especially those with diabetes, pre-diabetes, or heart disease, these spikes can be risky. They don't just raise blood sugar for a few minutes. Over time, they can increase triglycerides, stiffen arteries, and promote insulin resistance. Together, these changes create the perfect conditions for metabolic syndrome, a serious risk factor for heart attack and stroke, and portion size matters. Just a quarter cup of raisins carries nearly 30 grams of sugar, about the same as a candy bar. A few dried figs or dates can be even higher. Even when the label says no added sugar, the natural sugar is still there, concentrated in every bite. This doesn't mean you must avoid dried fruit completely. A small amount on occasion is fine, but it should not replace fresh fruit. Berries, apples, or pears provide natural sweetness with more fiber and less sugar per serving, making them much safer for the aging heart. The key is awareness. Even natural foods can become harmful when concentrated and eaten too often. Next, let's talk about another fruit that looks refreshing and cleansing, yet its acidity can slowly wear down your teeth and upset your stomach. Citrus fruits. 6. Bottled fruit juice, the sweet trap for your heart. A glass of fruit juice often feels like a smart, familiar choice. For many older adults, it seems healthier than soda or coffee. Labels that say 100% juice, no added sugar, or heart healthy make it sound safe. But after 60, bottled juice may be one of the most deceptive foods you can put in your body. Here's why. Juice is not the same as whole fruit. When fruit is juiced, the fiber that slows down sugar absorption is removed. What's left is a concentrated dose of fructose that floods your bloodstream quickly. A 12-ounce glass of orange juice contains about 30 grams of sugar, the same as a can of soda. Grape juice often contains even more. Your body doesn't care if that sugar comes from soda or fruit. It processes it the same way. Without fiber, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. For seniors, this can be especially harmful. With age, insulin sensitivity decreases, blood vessels stiffen, and the heart becomes less tolerant of sudden changes. These spikes can raise triglycerides, fuel inflammation, and trigger irregular blood pressure or heart rhythm. This doesn't mean you must avoid juice completely. Small portions on occasion are fine, but juice should not be an everyday drink, especially if you already have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or heart disease. Instead, choose whole fruits in moderation. Their natural fiber helps control how sugar enters your system. And for hydration, plain water or water infused with lemon, cucumber, or mint is far safer for your heart. Remember, even natural sweetness can be harmful when concentrated into a glass. Next, let's look at another fruit that many seniors turn to for its tart flavor and supposed cleansing effect: grapes. Yet in large amounts, they can quietly strain blood sugar and circulation. 7. Pomegranate, a double-edged sword for seniors on blood thinners. Pomegranates have earned a reputation as a superfruit. They're rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and compounds that support circulation. For many people, a glass of pomegranate juice or a handful of seeds feels like a heart-smart choice. And in some ways, it can be. But for older adults who take blood-thinning medications, pomegranate deserves extra caution. The concern isn't the fruit itself, it's how it interacts with the liver enzymes that process your medicine. Pomegranates contain phytochemicals that can block enzymes such as CYP450 which help break down drugs like warfarin, Eliquis, and even low-dose aspirin. When these enzymes are slowed down, the medication builds up in your system. The result is blood that may become too thin. You won't necessarily feel it happening, but the risks can include easy bruising, nosebleeds, internal bleeding, or even hemorrhagic stroke. What seems like a healthy habit can quietly turn into a medical emergency if you're not aware of the interaction. This doesn't mean all seniors must avoid pomegranates. If you're not on medications, they can still be part of a healthy diet. But if you do take blood thinners, it's important to talk with your doctor before drinking pomegranate juice or eating it regularly. Even natural foods can act like powerful drugs when combined with certain prescriptions. The key is balance and communication. After 60, your diet isn't just about nourishment, it's part of your medical care. Knowing how foods and medicines work together can help you stay safe while still enjoying what you eat. Next, let's move to another fruit that seems harmless and refreshing: grapes. But for older adults, too many grapes or raisins can quietly push blood sugar and strain circulation more than you realize. 8. Canned fruits, syrup, and sodium in disguise. Opening a can of peaches or pears can feel comforting. For many older adults, canned fruit seems like an easy, affordable way to stay healthy: soft, sweet, and convenient. But what looks harmless can quietly create problems for the heart, especially after 60. The issue isn't the fruit itself, it's what comes with it. Many canned fruits are packed in heavy syrup, and even those labeled "in juice" often contain added sugars. A half cup of peaches in syrup can have around 20 grams of sugar, nearly the same as a candy bar. Unlike fresh fruit, canned fruit doesn't provide the same fiber to slow absorption. That means the sugar rushes into your bloodstream, raising blood sugar and insulin levels, stressing blood vessels, and fueling inflammation. Over time, these spikes can increase the risk of diabetes complications, weight gain, and heart disease. Sugar isn't the only concern. Some canned fruits contain added sodium or preservatives in the liquid. For seniors, especially those with high blood pressure or kidney disease, this extra sodium can cause fluid retention, swelling, and added strain on the heart. If you're already taking medication for hypertension or heart failure, the effect can be even stronger. The good news is, you don't have to give up canned fruit entirely. Look for options labeled "no added sugar" or "packed in water." Draining and rinsing the fruit before eating can also reduce sugar and sodium. Better yet, when possible, choose fresh or frozen fruit, which keep most of their natural nutrients and fiber without the hidden extras. Remember, it's not the fruit that's the problem, but the form. Next, let's look at our final fruit, one of the most popular comfort foods in America. Yet in older adults, it can quietly spike blood sugar and add extra pounds: applesauce. 9. Overdoing heart-healthy fruits. When good intentions go too far. We've all heard the advice, eat more fruits and vegetables. And it's true. Fruits provide fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that support overall health. But after 60, more doesn't always mean better. Even the healthiest fruits can cause problems if eaten in excess or without balance. Here's why. The aging body processes nutrients differently. Kidneys are less efficient at clearing minerals. Medications interact more strongly with certain compounds, and the heart becomes more sensitive to sudden changes in blood sugar, potassium, and fluid levels. What was once helpful at 40 can feel overwhelming at 70. Take potassium, for example. Bananas, oranges, and beets are full of it. In moderation, potassium helps regulate blood pressure and heart rhythm. But combined with medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, too much can lead to hyperkalemia, a dangerous condition that disrupts the heartbeat. Vitamin K is another case. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are excellent foods, but large or inconsistent servings can interfere with blood-thinning medications, increasing the risk of clots or bleeding. Even natural sugars from grapes, apples, or mangoes can raise blood glucose if eaten in large amounts, fueling inflammation and arterial stiffness. The lesson isn't to avoid fruit, it's to respect balance. Smaller portions, variety, and consistency matter more than volume. Pair fruit with protein or healthy fats to soften its impact on blood sugar. Rotate your choices instead of eating the same fruit every day. After 60, your heart needs gentleness, not extremes. By practicing moderation, you can enjoy the natural sweetness of fruit while protecting your heart for the years ahead. The truth is, fruit is still one of the best gifts nature gives us. But after 60, balance matters more than ever. By choosing the right portions, the right timing, and keeping your doctor in the loop, you can enjoy the sweetness of fruit while protecting your heart, your health, and your independence for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend or loved one who's also working to protect their health. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you'll never miss the next Heart Smart tip made just for seniors like you.